And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media, always providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate, and tax planning. Over 80 categories of consumer advocate content right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region's #1 consumer advocate-based program, 6 years running now. And, of course, we're syndicated on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Sony TV, 85 other smart television outlets. Just search our network as Binge Networks. And, of course, we are moving to AM 860 The Answer very soon, so we're excited about that. So if you are a listener of AM 860 The Answer, check us out on that station starting on the 26th of the month. So we're going to be over there, real excited about that move. A lot of good things happening here around the Consumer Quarterback Show. We got a great lineup today. Let's introduce our guests, and I'm going to remind you about our Veterans and Heroes event coming up here next week here as well. So Chuck Peterson back in studio, suncoastroofing.net or .com, either way you want to go with it.
However you want to do it.
Yes, sir.
Make it easy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, glad to be here. I made it because we got no hurricane damage, right? So we're happy.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, so the East Coast, pretty much not much going on over there. Hurricanes passed us up to South Carolina now, so all good.
But in the past, you've come in and you've really helped pick up the messes for a lot of people. A lot of these so-called contractors fooling people out there, and you come in and pick up the pieces.
Yeah, I have to do it. You hate to say it happens, but we try to do the right thing by the customer.
A lot of knuckleheads out there, man.
Yep.
It's on both sides, the crook that's doing it, but then the guy that falls for it. Sometimes you're like, really? You thought he was going to come back?
You sit back and you go, now think about this. You gave him this for this, and you don't know this guy. He just drove up in your driveway, and you didn't check anything out.
Yeah, you got to be diligent.
Do a little bit.
That's right.
Do a little bit.
All right, Colleen Rodriguez as well. Welcome back.
Thanks, Brandon. I missed you last time.
Yeah, that's right.
So, did you guys do okay during the storm?
We did.
Yes, we made all our closings. We didn't have to delay any closings for the storm. That's awesome.
The trampoline got thrown around a little bit. I was surprised about that. It has the little nets that come up the side. I guess that's what
they got blown all over the place. Yeah, we had put some umbrellas down. That's about it. So didn't have to take the basketball hoop down. That was all good.
Well, we lucked out. So good stuff. Fairway Independent Mortgage, DianeVance.com on the Diane Vance team.
Yeah. Awesome. Working with Diane, having a great time over at Fairway, closing loans, putting people in homes.
Nice.
So great to meet all your new teammates here, so I can have more sources to help them, because we always need roofers.
Good.
Absolutely.
We're always right there.
Suncoast is the best.
Yeah, we're all over the state.
We got Mark in studio as well. Let's bring Mark into the conversation. Brothers Easy Moving. Welcome in.
That's right. Thank you, Brandon.
And I wasn't going to take a stab at that last name. Give me that last name.
It's Devilliers.
Devilliers. Okay, Mark Devilliers. Brothers Easy Moving. Yeah, welcome in, sir.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, so what are we going to talk about today?
So, Brothers Easy Moving. We want to take the stress out of your move, and I'd like to give you a rundown of what we want for our clients.
Yeah.
And also we want to talk about our long-distance move guarantee.
Nice. Yeah, long distance, that's a big deal, man. One of our neighbors moved from Hawaii, and it's like they're waiting on stuff to fly in, and even across country to Seattle. That's a big move.
We're a unique company.
A serious move when you move from Hawaii.
Yeah, big time. Shipping everything.
It's not fun.
We got some cool things to talk to you about with that.
Awesome.
Very unique company in the way we do that. So.
Very cool. Yeah, I've known Gary Thacker for many years. First-class organization, Brothers Easy Moving, of course, is the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And, I would say from firsthand experience, they did a great job moving us. We had, it was when you have moving day, it's one of those things where it's it's going to be stressful already. You're buying, selling, you got all these things happening. But to have 2 big trucks pull up, 3 men per truck, in addition to the folks that we had helping us. That was nice. It made a long day, a little bit, could have been a longer day, still a long day, but it was a nice move. Very good. Very good job. All right, so we've got a Veterans and Heroes Real Estate Success Summit coming up here on Thursday the 12th. So that's going to be this Thursday here. Captain Matt Bruce in the house. Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage, going to be speaking about the advantages that they offer to veterans, first responders. We also have a credit expert, William Crowley, attorney Joe Pippin, Captain Matt Bruce is going to be in the house, nationally syndicated talk show host as well here with the Salem family of stations. Veterans and Heroes Real Estate Success Summit. Now, it's on the 12th, September 12th, Thursday, 6 to 8:30. Catered food from Amici's Catered Cuisine. So please share this with any veterans, first responders, active military, teachers. Let's bring them all in and let's help them out and give them some education around some of the things that they have, especially the veterans, the folks coming back from overseas. They might have some level of PTSD and dealing with other issues. They don't know all they need to know about their insurance, about their benefits, about their real estate, about their mortgage. So we're going to help educate them and take care of them. And of course, my team at Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, our team, we're offering a quarter to a half a point discount back to those veterans for any deal that they do with us, buying, selling, or investing. We're taking care of our vets. And we have Juan Conchero as well. He was on the show this past week, but we're doing, he's the president and former show partner here on the Upwind Flying Club. They're flying donations, items down to the Bahamas. The website is caringforthebahamas.com if you want to get involved. Caringforthebahamas.com. Also in conjunction with Captain Will Smith Aviation, another one of our longtime show partners. But they got the supply list posted there, and it is, of course, all that you can imagine they need. Down in the Bahamas, got devastated. I had a friend of mine actually text me a picture of his cousin's house. From the outside in, you could see, of course, the rain up to the rooftop. But then from the inside out, what you didn't expect to see was through the window a shark circling the house. I mean, how scary was that?
Gotta have someplace to go, buddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those sharks they're trying to get out of the way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's craziness. So our prayers are for the folks down there in the Bahamas and the East Coast. But
that place looks just devastated.
Yeah, Puerto Rico times 10, right? I mean, it's smaller island, took a beating, less infrastructure.
Yeah, we just got back from there, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I mean, it's just crushed.
Yeah,
crushed.
The big problem is that when you're did I hit a button there? So the supply list for the Caring for the Bahamas is caringforthebahamas.com. The supply list is there. The issue is the landing. Can you land?
Yeah.
Are you able to land?
Yeah.
And right now, they don't know for sure.
Yeah, they got where you can get the helicopters in. I've been told and seen. And there's 2 airports on Abaco. There's the Marsh Harbor one that everybody's seen that was underwater, and then there's one at Treasure Key, which is the northern part of the island. Okay. Which maybe they can get. It's not big. Trust me, it's all private plane kind of size, so they're not bringing huge planes in. But right, our Coast Guard's already over there, and the British guys are already over there. So hopefully they have stuff cleaned out, and we can start sending whatever we can send, because they're going to need everything. I mean, literally just everything. I mean, there is nothing left over there. Just nothing.
Man, what a challenge. All right, so this segment is brought to you by the Lucky Dill Restaurant, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. The Lucky Dill. They've got a deli, New York City bar, Brooklyn bakery. They do catering, banquets, and much more at the Lucky Dill. And they've got 2 locations right here in the Bay Area. They're on Boy Scout Boulevard in Tampa by the mall. Also on US 19 North over on Tampa, US 19 Road, just north of Tampa Road. So they're online at luckydilldeli.com. But the official restaurant partner, they got great food, sandwiches are awesome. The sandwich that ate Brooklyn is the tagline there. But excellent food and very friendly staff over at the Lucky Dill. And it's cool ambiance too, especially for the sports guys and gals out there. Got the TV running. They had that last week. We were sitting in there watching the old '85 Bears play. Throwback to the Packers. So it's kind of a cool environment. But let's talk some business here. We got Chuck Peterson in the house, Suncoast Roofing. With these types of storms, there's some things you can do on the front end to make sure you have some preparations.
Yeah, I mean, for the people who, know the storm's coming and it's going to hit, like all the folks over there, of course, they're battening down the hatches for the windows and doors and all that other kind of stuff. But, you've got to take some precautions for your roof as well. There's a lot of people who have old roofs on, and if they're not actively looking, hey, do I need to do something? Do I need to call somebody, have this roof looked at? Can we shore it up any kind of way? They need to be doing that. Not this storm, of course, now, but the next one that comes, because we're surely going to have another one. We got September, October is the Gulf storms. So now it's our turn over here. And you just have to call and let us come out there and look and say, hey, these are issues that need to be addressed today. We can deal with the roof later, but it's going to take this whole corner off because your shingles are loose,
right,
or something like that. Try to mitigate what you can, just like you do with your windows. You board them up, your doors, you do all that you can. Most people don't think about the roof because they don't see it. They're thinking about the windows and doors and flooding or the busting or whatever, but they don't think about the roof.
Yeah.
And then of course you need to have our phone number handy, because when it comes over and you roll back in, if those shingles are gone or anything's gone on your roof, you have a responsibility as a homeowner to mitigate that damage from there on to your insurance company. I mean, at some point the insurance company says, we're not going to pay past X because you didn't do anything to stop the rest of the water from coming in. So, we have tarp guys. I mean, we literally have, for this storm here, we probably had 3,000 tarps on standby. We had, 6-7 crews of guys just brought in for tarping over in Orlando, kind of based, seeing where we had to go. So you have to call as soon as you can. You're calling your insurance company, of course.
Yep.
But you have to start making the calls to mitigate the damage to your house.
Yeah, absolutely.
Part of your responsibility as a homeowner.
Yeah, you sure do.
And we have guys ready to go. I mean, that's all they do.
And we got attorneys ready to go too. If on the backside of that they want to play the games with the insurance company, that's okay. We got some guys that are ready to go.
Yeah, and we do a lot of the insurance work, for you on your roof. We take care of if you allow us, we take care of the roof, soffit, fascia, and gutters. We do all that. Talk to the insurance company, make sure they're paying you, because they will not pay you everything that's due if you just let them do it on their own. They will short you 10-20% across the board every time.
Yep.
We've seen it.
That's right.
Thousands of times, literally thousands of times. I mean, and so we try to make sure that you get paid for everything you're supposed to get paid for.
Awesome.
On that piece.
Good stuff.
That's a real good idea, what you said, though, about having, like, before hurricane season starts, like when you're going to buy your water and your new kit, your emergency kit, is have the roofer come out and do an inspection and tell you what needs to be shored up and fixed. I mean, that would be huge for a lot of people.
Yeah, we don't charge to have that done, because it is what it is. I mean, we want to do the roof when the roof time comes. So, we'd like to get out and talk to the people and see what we can do.
It's a nice value add from Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing. Check him out, suncoastroofing.com. Of course, consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors there as well. And when we come back, more from our expert contributors here in studio. And our feel-good story of the day is a good one. We got football players sit with bullied freshman after sister tweets his text to her. Oh, my goodness. Some social media gossip going on here. So we'll see what that story is about. And more from our expert contributors here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here. Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. A couple of hot listings here. I want to let you know about 861 Mandalay Avenue on Clearwater Beach. This is a gorgeous property, 200 steps from the water and the sugar sand on Clearwater Beach. 861 Mandalay Avenue, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Really could be a 3rd bedroom if the rules weren't so particular about what we can actually list the property, because there is actually a 3rd bedroom in the back that just doesn't have a closet. But this place has a cool party pad between the main structure and the terrace back there. That whole underneath section is a outdoor bar, TVs, loungers. Great opportunity to have a really cool beach pad here at 861 Mandalay Avenue. And you're in the community with Hulk Hogan and some celebrities. You got the CEO of Spanx living in that community, I believe. 861 Mandalay Avenue, Clearwater Beach. Great property that we have listed. Also, 5822 Schooner Way. This is another waterfront, gorgeous property with bay access. So you have access to the waters of Upper Tampa Bay. So you're talking about being able to go to Bahama Breeze for dinner, cruising around. You got the pool. You've got the access on a freshwater canal. And this is a gorgeous home right there in that town and country area, Bayport, East Longboat, West Longboat area, gated communities back in there. 5822 Schooner Way in Tampa. Check out all of our real estate properties at PlatinumMVPTeam.com, and you can see all of our real estate property listings on our website. And of course, my wife and I own and operate the Platinum MVP team. We've got a team of 14 agents now, and we are growing and looking for other agents as well. So if you know anybody looking to grow their business and future-proof their business, we can help them do that. And this segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort, the hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. The Bilmar Beach Resort on Gulf Boulevard and beautiful Treasure Island, filled with fantastic and generous amenities to make your vacation that much more special. The Bilmar Beach Resort has been one of the most sought-after destinations in the Treasure Island area for many years. And I love going down there, hanging out with friends or bringing the family down. There's 2 pools on site. You got Sloppy Joe's Beach Bar and Restaurant right there on site as well. And Clyde Smith, the general manager, is an awesome guy. Book directly with them. Don't go to one of those discounted websites. Book directly. You get the best price by doing that. Bilmar Beach Resort. Give them a call. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, so let's go to Colleen Rodriguez here. Let's talk a little real estate, a little bit about the market. Let's talk about some of the programs, obviously, that you guys offer. I know, of course, the full spectrum of conventional, FHA, VA, some of those types. And then I want to ask you, too, are there any niche programs coming back? Any of those non-conforming type programs?
No.
Not much. Non-QM.
No,
bank
not a whole lot.
Loans.
There are some broker loans that we do like that you can do, but they're still very expensive for a lot of people. That you have to put 20-30% down.
Yep.
Whereas back in the day you could get into some of those programs with 5-10% down, and the interest rates are a lot higher. So it's almost better if you could take some of those buyers and coach them into becoming a regular buyer.
Yeah.
Getting their income to show or whatever they need to do.
Right.
But it all depends on the situation. It's always, that's why I always say it's so important to talk to your lender right up front, because you have different options. You have, like we said, the VA, the USDA is still strong in many areas of Tampa here, which is 100% financing, rural housing loan. It's got very similar guidelines like the FHA loan, and it's great. So it's the only loan really outside of VA that does 100% financing. That's a straight government,
USDA.
Not a funky, non-conforming, non-GM loan. But it's a great loan. So
That's
it's
awesome.
really good. We have challenges this time of year. We want to make sure all of our buyers have their homeowners insurance bound, which is the biggest thing during hurricane season. So when we have a storm that's in the Gulf or in the box, like they call it, they'll shut down and they won't bind insurance. And if you don't have insurance bound, Brandon, you don't close.
No closing.
So your mover's going to be backed up.
Yep.
And and everybody's going to be all transactions that are, if you have rolling transactions, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah,
so that's my biggest thing, especially the last few weeks. I want to tell people, because we had a corporate call today for somebody calling out asking for a homeowner's insurance provider that was binding in one of the northern counties. Mm-hmm. Because he's got a closing and his insurance isn't bound.
Yeah.
So, if you're not ahead of that game, you're going to be in trouble.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I was on a call yesterday. So we joined Keller Williams about 9 months ago, and I had the opportunity, a pleasure, to speak with, for a half an hour, Jay Papazon. He's he's a vice president, director of publishing with Keller Williams Realty International. So I had a conference call set up with him. It was more about my book and the book I wrote, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves. Wanted to get his take on those types of online businesses and ClickFunnels and all that good stuff. But I asked him about the market. So I'm kind of coming back to you. I want to ask you about the market, but I said, it seems like we're somewhat insulated here in Tampa Bay, Jay. Everybody's talking about a shift. I said, we're not seeing it. We're still seeing sellers market, lack of inventory,
low inventory.
Yeah, we're still seeing that. And his answer was, well, we're seeing it from a national perspective, and it's starting on the coast. So it's an interesting take, right? It's starting on the coast and kind of working its way in, is what I see, what he's seeing from a corporate. Keller Williams, 185,000 agents, number one company in the world in the real estate game. So
they talk about Manhattan is right now it's becoming more of a buyer's market, right? But we're really not seeing that here, and that's one of the telltale signs. Of course, it is a higher end than what we see, but Florida and Texas also do drive a lot of. We're very similar in markets. Okay. So since we're not seeing it here, and we're also not seeing it like in the Orlando area is in very, very high demand right now.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy, and it's still a lot of second homes, a lot of vacation homes for people. People are still coming there in droves. I mean, we have that quite a bit here with the beaches and everything, but it is amazing how much the resorts are driving long stay business there.
Oh, yeah.
So especially as people open up more of an Airbnb, they're using their homes to more do an Airbnb type scenario.
Right.
I have several friends that have purchased in the Orlando area, and they don't live in their homes year round.
Right.
And they Airbnb it out.
Absolutely.
The time. So
the communities that allow that, to me, it seems like a big advantage.
More communities out there that are allowing it because of where they are.
Yeah.
So I'm not seeing the shift here so much. We are seeing a plateau on the pricing.
Yep.
That the price of the homes isn't rising as quickly, but since interest rates are dropping, we're probably going to see them jump a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, absolutely. And you got to be careful that we talk about that as well here on the show. By the way, check out consumerqb.com for all of our expert contributors, their information, their show card, website, all contact information at consumerqb.com. But we talk a lot about being diligent, as we mentioned with the roofing situation with Chuck. When you're shopping from a buy side, talking about the buyer, there's a lot of for sale by owners out there. And of course, I call on expireds and for sale by owners for my listings. And so many times I see, especially at the 900, 800, $1 million mark, these folks are pricing their home $250,000 too high.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, wow, how can you be?
There.
Yeah, and they sit there, and then people, if some
and people
knucklehead
think
were
there's
come
something
by.
wrong with the house if it sits on the market for so long. They may not be aware that it's a pricing issue. And
it's a big challenge.
So often that homes will go off the market because they go under contract and then come back on the market, and you're kind of like, did it go off because it didn't make appraisal? Did it not pass home inspection?
Yeah.
Did the borrower not qualify for the mortgage? Those are your three questions that run through your head as the next realtor, the next agent to show that property. Why did this one fail? So you just don't know these things, but it's always important that you get your home inspection.
Yes.
Make sure your borrower is pre-approved, pre-qualified. We want to make sure that's happening. The appraisal is always, you just don't know where that's going to land. We do caution you that it's not always price per square foot. So many people think it's, the houses in this area are selling at $145 a square foot. Mm-hmm. That's not necessarily true, because each home is unique and each home is different. Yeah. So I just was in a house the other day meeting an appraiser, and he wasn't aware of about 300 square feet of the home that was under heat and air that's not on public records.
Yep.
And that changed his valuation drastically.
Yep.
So, but if the agent's just going off numbers, you know, so.
Yeah, and that's a big part of it is how knowledgeable is your agent? How good are are they at doing comparable market analysis? And back to the inspection side, on my listings, especially if it's a 5-6 year older property, 10 years old, I want a pre-inspection. I want to know what I got.
We love that.
Yes.
We love to hear that.
You got to do that nowadays because it's wasting everyone's time if you don't do it that way.
We love it too because we can get it fixed without having one day to do it.
That's right. You've saved some deals. Chuck saved some deals for me on that. All right, stay with us when we come back. Football players sit with bullied freshman after sister tweets his text to her. All right, we'll be right back on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in your real estate business, buying, selling, or investing. We would love to talk to you. I'm also a certified negotiation expert. I teach negotiation classes at both realtor organizations, GTAR and Pro. So we're going to help you win in your negotiations when it comes to purchasing real estate here in the Tampa Bay market. And we have our Veterans and Heroes Real Estate Success Summit coming up this Thursday, September 12th. 6 to 8:30, and it's going to be over at American Legion Post number 5, right there in South Tampa, Kennedy Boulevard in South Tampa. Catered food from Amici's Catered Cuisine, and all types of great speakers lined up to educate our veterans, our first responders, our seniors. We got attorney Joe Pippin, who specializes in estate planning and probate. We also have Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage, going to be speaking on some of the mortgage benefits. Our credit expert William Crowley, a.k.a. the Credit Magician, is going to be in the house. Captain Matt Bruce and myself, we're all going to be speaking about, some of these things that the veterans may not know they have access to, benefits-wise. Patrick Hyland's going to be speaking about insurance as well. So there's a lot of reasons why you want folks to come out to this event. And again, it's Thursday the 12th, 6 to 8:30 over at American Legion Post 5, right there in South Tampa. Great lineup in studio today. We got Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing, and Colleen Rodriguez, Fairway Independent Mortgage, and Mark representing Brothers Easy Moving as well here, talking about long distance move. Mark, give me the last name again.
Sure, it's Devilliers.
Devilliers. Yep. Mark Devilliers. Okay.
Yes.
So we've got Mark in studio. Brothers Easy Moving. Now, when you look at moving, it's a stressful time, and not all the local movers here have the long distance in their playbook. A lot of them, they shy away from that.
Most of them are local. It's a different certification that you have to have.
Yep.
Different registration with the U.S. So what I wanted to talk to you about, Brandon, is what we want out of our moves.
Okay.
What we want is a damage-free move, number one. We do that with well-trained employees. We have clean and organized trucks, and we wrap and pad all of our furniture, glass, and artwork. That is something that's very, very important to us. And if we can get our moves done damage-free, and then we're very, very happy, and we know our clients are going to be happy. The second thing that we do is we want to be speedy movers. We want to be really, really fast for you, because we know that is going to keep the price down, and it's going to make you, like you said, stress-free.
Yeah.
If you can get you from one home to another and get you back into life and working again, your stress is going to go down, and the speed is going to be amazing. So that's what you get out of us. We, like you said earlier, we provide enough guys and enough trucks to get it done in an efficient amount of time. So we're not showing up to a South Tampa home that's got 5 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms and a bunch of stuff with one truck and 2 guys or 3 guys. We're showing up there with multiple trucks, multiple guys. We're getting it done fast. We're getting out of there in 2 or 3 hours, and then we're getting to the new place, and we're getting that done in 2 or 3 hours, and you've got a whole move done in a matter of 6 to 7 hours. So that's a stress-free day. The last thing that we want for our clients, or out of our clients, is a 5-star review. Because that's what's keeping us busy.
That's right. 5-star review. Online, the reviews online are very high. If you look at, I've got online, it says a 4.6 rating from Google, A rating from the Better Business Bureau, A rating on Angie's List, 4.5 on Yelp. That's right. And you've also won the Super Service Award multiple times.
Yeah, we are doing very, very well with reviews. We have over 400 reviews, through Facebook, Google, Yelp. So that's important to us. We ask our clients for that review when we're done. And another thing I wanted to talk to you about, Brandon, is our long-distance move guarantee. Okay. We're a very unique company in the fact that the way we do long-distance moves, a lot of companies van line companies will put your stuff with other clients. And so that's something we do not do. It's your truck and your truck alone, your stuff in the truck and nobody else's. You get the same foreman that has loaded up that truck that unloads it on the other end. So you're not getting a different group of guys in Colorado if you move to Colorado. You're getting the same guys. So they know your stuff. They put your stuff back together. They take it apart. And so that's something that's really important to us as well. The last thing that we do is we give them a guaranteed delivery date. So we have a nice little packet here. It's got the guaranteed times for each place. Most the most days it'll take is 5 days to get all the way to the other side of the United States.
Okay.
So we do guaranteed 1 day for places like Georgia, South Carolina, and Alabama, and then it just extends from there. But you can have your stuff within a matter of days. It doesn't take 2 weeks. And your stuff doesn't get lost because it's all in one truck. It's yours. It gets locked up, and it's the same foreman all the way to the other end.
Yeah, that's big. I think that's a big part of it. Talking to Brothers Easy Moving today. We got Mark in studio. Now, when it comes to those moves, what are some of the biggest misconceptions? What are some of the biggest questions that you get, Mark, from the homeowners?
I think people generally will have an item of concern. There's usually something that they just they're very attached to.
Yeah.
Either that or they've had bad experiences in the past. They've lost things. Bad follow-up phone calls with the company maybe, but the one thing we do is we answer all of our phone calls, and we follow up with our clients, and we make sure that they're happy in the end.
Yeah, that's important. And also I start thinking about pianos and pool tables and some of those.
Those are very easy.
Yeah.
Those items are very easy. It's the just the items that people are very attached to.
Yeah.
And they get
the
worried.
Sentimental painting or the fragile glass thing that's going to break.
The pianos are easy.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Very good. So local long distance moves, and that's a big challenge for people, I think, because it is a stressful time, and they don't know what to do. So the pre-planning beforehand is very important for the homeowner. There's options there too, right?
It is, and we go through that with them when we do in-home visuals or estimates with the client. We try to educate them as much as we can on how to make it as stress-free as possible. And the last thing I wanted to tell you is the guaranteed long-distance move guarantee includes a long-distance price that is guaranteed. That price when we give them a price in home, that price does not change at all.
Wow.
So that's one thing. We have them, they do pay with certified funds to go out of state, but when they write that check to pay us, that's it. They don't have to write any more checks.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah. That's no bait and switch. No bait and switch, because so many other companies out there, you're seeing that kind of stuff.
Well, my girlfriend moved from here to California one year, and her furniture never arrived. And she got a phone call from a storage center in Miami saying that her stuff was going to be repossessed. Whoever took it just took it and put it in some storage facility down in Miami and didn't pay the rent on it. Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, it was absolutely horrible. So it's so important that all of her things, everything. So it's important that you work with a reputable company. I love that you said you had the same foreman that loaded it on, takes it off. I mean, that's big.
It's a big deal.
Big.
Because some people have had those horror stories.
I'm sure you've heard them.
And they hear that, and they we have no problems booking our long distance moves because of that very reason.
Yeah, that's awesome. Chuck, you want to add something on that?
No, I'm just you're like, well, you got my business is all I got to say.
Yeah.
I don't want my furniture in Miami in a storage unit.
Yeah, exactly. You never know, man. You never know with some of these companies. It's like you hear it and it's like, wow, did that really happen, man? Wow, some of these. And
we've been doing this long enough. Nothing really surprises you. It shocks you sometimes, but it just doesn't really surprise you anymore. What people will do. It's unfortunate, but it's the world we live in. But
that's right.
It's just crazy. That's why it's really important for the consumer to do some of that homework. It's just really important.
Yeah, absolutely. If you just joined us, we're talking with Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing in studio, Colleen Rodriguez, Fairway Independent Mortgage, and Brothers Easy Moving, being represented by Mark Devilliers. Is that right?
That's right, the
Devilliers. All right, so we've got.
Brandon.
I'm getting close. So, and that's what the show's all about, is that consumer advocate approach, to helping people understand these buying decisions. And for example, Craigslist comes to mind. There's so many scams on Craigslist. They'll take our listings and replicate those listings as a rental, and I'll say, no, that's a listing. That's for sale, not for. So then people get duped out of their deposit money. Yep. Mail it to this post office. Meet me at the gas station. I'll meet you and get the check. Those types of things happen, and that's where you just got to really be careful.
You hear many rental scams from Craigslist.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And then people keep falling for it and everything.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So I can't recommend, going to an agent or a property management company enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all legit.
So, yeah.
Above board and legit. All right, so stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. When we come back, more from our expert contributors. We have our feel-good story of the day as well. Football players sit with bullied freshman after sister tweets his text to her. So we talk about some social media etiquette here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man, Brandon.
That goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And we wanted you to check out this listing in Odessa that we've got, Boy Scout Boulevard and Burrell Road in Odessa. This is Tarpon Springs, at the corner of Tarpon Springs and Boy Scout Road. Prime waterfront opportunity here for two custom estate-style home sites. Now, what you've got is Lake Jackson, big lake, ski lake there, and the property is listed at $2.498 million. So there are going to be some nice property homes built there, or potentially a church or a daycare, one of those mega churches with a daycare school all involved. I could see that possibly going there at 18117 Boy Scout Road in Odessa. And we've got a lot of vacant land parcels available through our company right now. We've got several pieces of land. We got properties in Pinellas County, Pasco County, Hillsborough County, vacant land available. Here's another one that we've got at 9200 Gun Highway. The property on Gun Highway is at the corner of Racetrack Road, so another very popular corner right here in Tampa Bay with quick access to Tampa International Airport. So another very popular corner, vacant land, 2.39 acres in Odessa, zoned RSC-2. So great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Check out all of our real estate properties at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. And this segment is brought to you by WholeBodyFuel.com, the official meal delivery service of the Consumer Quarterback Show. WholeBodyFuel.com. They've got the world-famous protein donuts, and they are chef-prepared by Chef Brian Adamo himself. Convenient, healthy, delivered meals directly to your home or office. Check out WholeBodyFuel.com. Excellent food. And, again, I can tell you from firsthand experience, these guys have been cooking for me for a couple of years now. Excellent food delivered to your home or office. I love to carry it with me in my vehicle if I'm running appointments for the day, or just a quick dinner when you're at home. Warm it up in a pan. Now you got a nice gourmet meal right there to eat, and you're not running through those fast food restaurants that we know are not good for us. All right, back here in studio helping you win. Chuck had to take off. He had to catch a flight, but we got Colleen Rodriguez in studio, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Mark Devilliers, Brothers Easy Moving here in studio as well. And every day we're going to tell you something positive in our Feel Good segment of the day. We're going to tell you something good here.
Tell me something good.
All right, so these football players, they sit with the bullied freshman after his sister tweets his text to her. Oh, my goodness. How bad could this be? All right, so a group of football players at Reedsville Senior High School in North Carolina have befriended a bullied freshman who did not sit with anyone during his first day of school at lunch. So when Caleb Wren's sister, Leah, texted her little brother about his first day of high school, she didn't expect to get a response like this. Leah texted out the exchange. Members of the football team and basketball team saw the tweet, and they decided they needed to do something. So, quote, we decided to catch him off guard at lunch and have lunch with him and show him around the school to make sure he was okay and give him new friends, says DeMonts Canada, a senior at Reedsville Senior High School, member of the football and basketball teams. Quote, I felt like I had to make a stand and make sure that he was okay, and he's a freshman. He shouldn't have to go through this his first year of school, Canada said, and the message that I want to send is that you should always be humble no matter what your situation, no matter what everybody else is going through. Make sure that you're okay. So I wonder what the text was. Whether it doesn't say what the sister did, but we just know she did some kind of
she did something.
Some kind of tweet.
But it's great that the team took it upon themselves to go sit with him.
Yeah.
People don't give high schoolers the credit. If they know of something, they'll take action.
Yep, some will.
They will.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of them do, actually. If they know there's something that needs to be handled, they're going to try to step up with it.
That's right.
It's good to, it's heartwarming to see that that they didn't have a parent or a teacher going, go over and sit with those kids.
Right,
they took it on themselves to do it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think there's so much of that going on. There was a gal that interviewed for the show. I can't remember what category or business she was in, but I just remember that she lost her son the previous year right here in Pinellas County over bullying. Just ridiculous.
Oh
he killed himself over bullying. This social media, this thing, these kids, and I think a lot of the onus goes on to the parents because they're not teaching that etiquette. It's getting to a point where too many people get away with that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think the kids aren't comfortable asking for help either.
Right.
They're afraid to ask for help. They're afraid to reach out. So it was great that his sister reached out for him in this case, kind of. Not that she necessarily did on purpose, but she put it out there. And
something was in that tweet.
Yeah,
I don't know what was in that tweet, but there was something.
That's the key, the tweet.
What was in it? What was in the tweet? All right, let's jump into our lightning round here.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right, here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Colleen Rodriguez.
Like I always say, get pre-approved. Yep. So important to start at the very, very beginning before you even go out and look for a house. See where you are. Don't get your heart broken.
Yeah, don't get your heart broken. Don't waste people's time either. You're wasting other people's time. You're engaging.
You don't know where you're going to be. It's so important. And listen to your lender and do what they say.
Yeah.
We're not talking just to hear ourselves talk. Trust me.
By the way, if you get turned down, we've got a gentleman in our network that actually buys the properties for if that situation were to occur. They fall in love with the house. They've got the down payment money, 10% down.
Right.
We got a gentleman in a group that will actually buy the house, lease it back to them. What a win-win that is.
Right. And some of those people just need to get into some kind of credit repair. I know you have Mr. Crowley.
William Crowley, that's right.
Who does credit repair. They just need that little extra oomph.
That's right.
Maybe a year. They hold on the property for a year, and then they can buy it from them. It's all good.
And the cool thing is that if they upgrade the kitchen, the bathroom, it's their house.
Yeah.
As long as they fulfill the agreement and purchase it at the end of the agreement.
Yeah. Perfect.
So, really cool situation there. All right, here we go. Mark, give us some top tips, nuggets of advice.
Well, you have your Veterans and Heroes Real Estate Success Summit coming up, and we want to offer our veterans a 10% discount.
Okay.
And also want to give you a tip. You always get 3 estimates when it comes to moving, and make sure the the moving company comes to your house. You want to see who they are. So that's my tip of the day.
Yeah, don't just do it over the phone, right?
Absolutely.
Because then
that's
again,
a good idea,
you're
yeah.
back to who are you dealing with, who
Get
you're
the
quoting
estimate
with.
for the move to Miami.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a great storage facility in Miami. Believe me, you'll save a lot of money with it. Yeah. So let's do that then. If anybody's thinking about a move or has a veteran in their network that wants to potentially move, or somehow they have an upcoming move. There's a lot of times it's family events too. You got a wedding coming up. You got all these things. Start thinking about that ahead of time. Text the word move to 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline. Text veteran or the word move, and you're going to get a discount. Compliments of Brothers Easy Moving. Gary Thacker, the president of the company, great guy. Mark, a great guy here on the quarterback team now, and we want to help you with that. So text the word move to 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Now you can call or text that line as well. So so we got the event coming up as well. The Veterans and Heroes Real Estate Success Summit, September 12th, 6 to 8:30 at Post 5, American Legion Post 5, right here in South Tampa. We'd love to see you there. It's going to be a great event. I think we've got close to 50 people already registered, and we're excited about that, helping out our veterans. That's something that is really near and dear to our heart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And remember to support this, caringforthebahamas.com, caringforthebahamas.com. Support that with local donations if you can. Captain Will Smith Aviation, as well as Juan Conchero, longtime friends of the program here. But the Bahamas got hit with Category 4 force winds. Caringforthebahamas.com is the website. So every day I talk a little bit about negotiation on the show. So I'm actually teaching a class tomorrow over at the Pinellas Realtor Organization, talking about branding and negotiation. So I was going to say just a couple tips if you're in negotiations every day. What you want to think about is, what are some tools that I can utilize when I'm negotiating with that counterpart. And the first thing what you want to do is make sure you're empathetic in your responses. You're listening. You want to be a tactical listener and express tactical empathy, according to Chris Voss, Never Split the Difference, former FBI lead international hostage negotiator, who's a former guest on the show as well. So one of the things you can utilize is a mirror. So a mirror is where you're simply mirroring back the words that person, the last 1 to 3 words, or most important 1 to 3 words that person said. Now, what that's going to do, it's going to invoke the law of reciprocation, and they're also going to expound. They're going to elaborate. They're naturally going to feel like they want to add more to what they already told you. So as a negotiator, that's important because you're going to be able to lead them through what we call calibrated questions, open-ended questions, utilizing mirrors, calibrated questions, and labels also are very important. So labels are simply assigning a value to an emotion. So if someone's angry or whatever their emotion is, it seems like, it feels like, it looks like, right? So when you say that, what that's going to do, it's going to neutralize the negatives of a conversation, but it's also going to accentuate the positives. So it's going to further that gratitude that you have with your counterpart, and ultimately that's going to lead you to a successful negotiation. All right, let's do another round here. Let's do another round of top tips, parting words of advice. Colleen Rodriguez, give us something. Give us some more nuggets here. We got some more down payment assistance. How about that? Anything in that
there is
round?
Down payment assistance, and it's amazing. All these buyers I talk to, they still think that you got to put 20% down,
right?
And you don't got to do that anymore,
right? What are they doing? 3% nowadays?
3%, 3.5%. There are down payment assistance programs. There are grants. There's a Florida grant right now that can give you up to 4%. There's also, you don't necessarily need to have 2 years on the same job. That's another thing that people seem to
misnomer.
be. Yeah, another thing that just, it blows my mind. I'm like, no.
As long as it's the same industry, right?
Same industry, or if you were in school.
Okay.
School counts as work.
Right.
I know many high schoolers and college students feel it was work. They don't know yet.
Yeah,
they
right.
don't know the truth. It does count as an employment, So there are ways that you can get around certain things.
Cool.
Don't think that the answer is no because I don't have or I don't have a 700 credit score. You can get into a home with a credit score as low as 580,
Very cool.
and even lower than that in some instances. So there's all kinds of options out there.
Excellent, Mark. Any last words? We got about 30 seconds.
Yep, I do. Brothers Easy Moving does hauling, junk removals. So that's one of the things you can think about when you're starting the whole moving process or the house buying process.
Okay.
Getting rid of some things. Call us and we will help you get rid of some of that junk.
Get the junk out too. Okay, awesome.
Oh, my precious junk.
Good stuff. All that stuff. People, it's like we pay extra money to have a storage facility to
all
put stuff
the
in
agent tells
that
you
we
to get rid
don't
of.
see. Yeah, that we don't see again, and then we pay money on that. You look back 3 years later, you're like, wow, I spent $3,600 to store this stuff.
It's
funny.
Free in Miami.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. So, hey, another great show. I want to thank our expert contributors today, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Brothers Easy Moving, Suncoast Roofing, and all of our listeners, our viewers out there. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, the Facebook page out there for the Consumer Quarterback Show, and our American Dream television show out there as well. And please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, carry it with you to and from your commute, be a force for good in the community, donate some blood, lots of ways that you can be involved and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show. Weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 1025 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.